If I asked you what Final Fantasy XIV is known for, or what your favorite thing is about the game, I'm sure most people would say the story. Or maybe it would be working through savage raids with your free company and finally earning that first clear. Maybe it would be extreme primal fights and getting that sick new weapon themed around the boss. Maybe it's the glamour system. Whatever it is, I don't think anybody would ever think of PvP. Well, in patch 6.1, an effort was made to reinvent PvP by reworking the PvP class skills and introducing a new mode called Crystalline Conflicts. This review will focus mainly on Crystalline Conflict as it is the mode I have played the most. I'll start out with things to know before you jump into PvP, a general overview of Crystalline Conflict, matchmaking, gameplay, rewards, and finally, my overall opinion that sums up everything that I just spoke about. Welcome to Lion Tail Gaming, my name is Lion. If you're into RPGs and MMOs, please consider limit breaking that sub button as that's what I cover mostly on my channel, but I'll be dipping into other genres and games and gaming in general that I'm interested in down the line. If you're interested in streaming, I've been trying to stream here on YouTube now on Tuesdays and Thursdays from about 9 p.m. to 12 Eastern. So if you'd like to hang out, ask me anything, play a game with me, or just hang out, I'd love to hang out and talk with you on stream. And if you could, please leave me a comment down below telling me your opinion and your experience with Final Fantasy XIV PvP. Before you can PvP, you must be level 30 and then unlock the feature by completing the quest called A Pup No Longer in your character's respective starting capital. Once PvP is unlocked and you travel to the Wolves Den, you'll notice your action bar is completely different from your standard bar. This is because you have a whole new separate set of actions specifically for PvP. Your abilities are pruned down to a degree, and the main aspect to make note of here are the universal abilities that allow all classes to shield, heal, cleanse, and fully restore HP and MP. These abilities are universal in order to give the player tools they need to survive without being dependent on their team composition, and we'll talk more on that later. Crystalline Conflict is the new push-pull style PvP mode where 2 teams of 5 fight for control over a large crystal in the center of the arena. Once you're in control of the crystal by having no member of the opposing team standing on it, the crystal will move towards your opponent, and the objective is to move the crystal all the way to the end goal. Crystalline Conflict is designed for short matches, usually no longer than 5 minutes, and has both unranked and ranked modes. Chat is not allowed in this mode. You can't type to your team, instead you're given pre-made chat macros where you add the button to your bar and it'll say group up, my limit break is almost ready, attack target, etc. This is an attempt to keep people from being toxic. Shitty people in PvP, right? You know, imagine that. But people will just spam chat commands to flame and be toxic. I have to admit, I'd rather have this than people rage typing and calling me terrible things all games, but given between the two, I think I'll take the pre-made chat commands. Both modes are solo queue only, meaning you cannot queue up with a friend only by yourself. This is an attempt to make matchmaking even, or at least start out that way. Though I think grouping as a team or with your friend should be allowed in unranked just to have fun with it and to give friends a way to play with each other. In my experience, matchmaking is terrible with little to no consistency. First, you can be matched with players 2 or more tiers above your own rank. This means that a Bronze 3 player can match with a Gold 3 player, and there's no balance to this. So a team of all first-time players can be matched against a team of people who have been playing for multiple seasons and haven't advanced to the next rank yet. Second, there are no team composition requirements. This means that your team can be all DPS, DPS and 1 healer, DPS and 2 healers, all ranged, all melee, etc. And the enemy team can be 1 tank, 1 healer, and 3 DPS. It does not have to match your team composition. Both of these factors lead to a terrible matchmaking experience and awful games that aren't even a match. You're basically playing Respawn and Walk Simulator. And yes, I'm pinging my team to group up, but it doesn't matter because we lost even before the match began. I've had lopsided match after lopsided match after match after match. It's a terrible feeling getting win after win, knowing that all your hard work can be erased any second because of bad matchmaking. This is an absolute shame because when matches are even, this mode absolutely shines. I've had multiple matches where teams are basically even and overtime extends for an additional 4 minutes because each side is playing out of their minds. I want more matches like that. I want consistency. I don't think I'm good at PvP or anything close to that. I just want to learn from my matches and have a chance because I'm getting absolutely nothing out of a match when I can't even get out of my own spawn. And that's not fun for anyone, including the winning team. Sure, an easy match is nice every once in a while, but I like to earn my wins, and I want to improve each match. Neither team can improve when one is just walking across the finish line. Alright, so matchmaking is a little busted, but how's the gameplay? The gameplay is a lot of fun. Matches can feel fast, there's always something to do or plan for, skills and abilities hit hard, limit breaks are in PvP, and each class has their own unique limit. Classes vary in terms of skill expression and difficulty, but that's pretty much given in any type of game. PvP has everything you want to have for a good time and to keep coming back. Remember how I said we talk about universal abilities? Well, here we are. So each class has the ability to shield, heal, cleanse, crowd control, and heal all HP and MP. All abilities are instant casts except for the heal all. The heal all has a cast time, and if you take damage, move, or try to cast an ability, it's cancelled. So having these universal abilities makes it so that team composition isn't supposed to matter. That's why you can have 5 DPS versus a team with the Trinity on it, because everyone has the potential to heal, soak damage, cleanse crowd control, etc. Now this does and can lead to great skill expression and outplay potential on different strats. You can jump in and pop your barrier to make people waste important cooldowns on you, giving your team the advantage. You can completely negate some limit breaks. You can fall back and heal, or heal to full MP and HP to keep your team numbers high. So instead of dying and respawning, you can just be right back in the match. There are tons of possibilities with this system. I like it, it's different, and it can be fun when everything is equal. However, you start to see the drawbacks when the enemy team has a healer and you don't, or when one team has a tank and healer and the other team doesn't. The universal skills are nice to have, but I don't think it's ever enough to replace an entire class. The heal isn't enough to beat an actual healer. The shield isn't enough to replace an actual tank. You see what I mean here? So this is where balance can do a ton for this game mode and make it feel so much better. And then truly we would see the outplay potential of people using these universal skills. While we're talking abilities, there is way too much crowd control in the game. I'm not a fan of crowd control. I hate losing control of my character. I want to play the game. I want to fight. I don't want to just stand there in one spot doing absolutely nothing. This is not fun for the player on the receiving end. Yeah, I think it's needed on some classes so they can defend themselves, but not every class. This is a small gripe because I know I'm biased here, but it's definitely something I wanted to mention. So what are the rewards for PvP? Well, at the end of the season, the top performers will receive some sort of special prize, be a mount, title, armor, weapon transmog, something like that. But for the rest of us, the first thing I want to show is the series. So basically, it looks like this, and it looks like a battle pass, but you don't have to pay for it. It is free, and it's something to work on until basically the next patch. So the main reward for this is trophy crystals, and you can use the trophy crystals to purchase stuff from a vendor. There are also other rewards such as minions, emotes, framers kits, and then even a mount for this season. After that, you'll be earning something called wolf marks, and here are the NPCs that you can spend the wolf marks and the trophy crystals at. Each one has different options. So for example, for the wolf marks, there are different gear tabs you can get for weapons, and then you can change this over to gear and select another category, and there is all kinds of transmog gear to collect. I forgot to mention too, you make progress in the series track just by completing matches. There aren't any objectives to do, there isn't a certain class to play, there isn't a certain way that they want you to play. You play matches, you gain experience, you gain more experience for a win, and you progress along the track naturally. Overall, I think PvP is good. I think the gameplay is fun. It's just that the matchmaking is shit. If you take care of the matchmaking, I think you solve a lot of the problems that I ran into during my time in PvP. They have a great foundation, and I think balance patches need to happen a lot quicker. PvP is alive, and something like this needs to be addressed fairly quickly, not just in a 0.5 or a major patch, because that is way too long to make people wait for balance changes. They want to know that their game is being looked at, that they're being heard, and that changes are being made on an active basis because this is ranked and people take this seriously. So balance patches need to happen at a quicker pace. So overall, if you are hardcore into PvP, is Final Fantasy XIV's PvP good enough to make you quit your other games, quit your arena team, and come over to 14 and start PvPing over here? Overall, I don't think so. If you enjoy PvP in a game that you're playing now, I would stick with that. Check out 14's PvP by all means. I think it's fun. I think it's a good time. But overall, I don't think it has longevity right now just due to the matchmaking and the problems that that can present. People want consistency, and I don't think it's there right now. But it is fun, and I think it is an option that wasn't there before. I think they are taking PvP in the right direction, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So let me know in the comments below your take on Final Fantasy PvP and your experience with it, because I would love to hear from you. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, right here on YouTube, I plan on streaming. So come hang out, talk. It makes my stream so much better when I can hang out with some people. And I really, really appreciate the support. Again, thank you for checking out the video. Please be kind to one another. It costs you nothing to be kind, and it can change someone's entire day. I really do mean that. So please be kind to one another. And I will see you guys very soon. Peace.